One day, your boss asks you to do something you know is wrong. You want to say no, but you can't. Not because you're weak. Not because you agree. Because your mortgage depends on that paycheck. Your children's school fees depend on it. Your entire lifestyle depends on hearing one simple word: yes. In that moment, something uncomfortable becomes painfully clear. The opposite of wealth isn't poverty. It's having no choice. Perhaps that's the biggest lie we've ever believed about money. Most people spend their lives trying to earn more. The wealthy spend their lives making sure they never lose the ability to choose. Because every investment, every asset, every skill, and every dollar saved quietly buys something far more valuable than money. It buys another future. And once you understand why, you'll never measure wealth by your bank account again. You'll measure it by the number of decisions that still belong to you. The uncomfortable truth is that the moment you lose the ability to choose, money stops behaving like wealth. It becomes survival. That's why two people can earn the same income, own similar homes, drive similar cars, and still live completely different lives. From the outside, they appear equally successful. But beneath the surface, one owns their future while the other is quietly renting it. The difference isn't measured by income. It's measured by the number of decisions that still belong to them when life refuses to go according to plan. Imagine walking into an endless hallway lined with hundreds of magnificent doors. Behind each one is a different future. One leads to building your own business. Another leads to spending more time with your family. One offers the freedom to leave work that no longer fulfills you. Another opens the possibility of moving somewhere new, learning a valuable skill, or taking time to create something meaningful. Every door represents a life you could choose to live. Now reach into your pocket. You discover you have only one key. Suddenly, the hallway changes. The doors are still there. The opportunities haven't disappeared. They're standing only a few steps away. But almost all of them have become impossible to open. Not because you aren't capable. Not because you don't work hard enough. Simply because you no longer have the freedom to choose them. That's the illusion most people mistake for wealth. We spend our lives counting the number of doors in front of us while quietly ignoring the number of keys we've actually collected. Society rarely notices this difference. From childhood, we're taught to chase higher income, bigger homes, better cars, and a more expensive lifestyle. Success becomes a race to earn more. But every upgrade quietly demands something in return. A larger mortgage, higher monthly expenses, more obligations, more dependence. Without realizing it, many people spend years increasing their income while reducing their freedom. Truly wealthy people think differently. They don't ask, "Can I afford this?" They ask, "Will this decision give me another key or quietly take one away?" That single question shapes every investment they make, every skill they learn, every business they build, and every opportunity they accept. Because real wealth was never about owning the biggest house or driving the most expensive car. Real wealth is waking up tomorrow knowing that if life changes without warning, you still have another door you can open. And perhaps that's the greatest advantage money can ever buy, not a more luxurious life, but the freedom to choose a different one. Nobody wakes up one morning and decides to lose their freedom. It happens quietly, one decision at a time. A larger house because the bank approved a bigger loan. A newer car because the monthly payment looked affordable. Another subscription. Another expense. Another financial commitment that seems completely reasonable on its own. None of these choices feel dangerous. In fact, they often feel like progress. That's why the trap is so difficult to recognize. Every new obligation quietly takes away another key while convincing you that you're becoming more successful. Imagine a mountain climber beginning a long journey with a backpack full of golden keys. Every key represents another opportunity, another possible future. But as the climb continues, the climber slowly replaces those keys with heavy stones. One stone is debt. Another is lifestyle inflation. Another is financial dependence. Another is the constant need to protect an image of success. The backpack grows heavier with every step, yet the climber believes the extra weight is simply the price of moving forward. Only when the mountain becomes steeper does the truth become obvious. The real problem was never the climb. It was everything being carried that no longer served a purpose. Financial dependence grows in exactly the same way. Every fixed expense quietly reduces your ability to make important decisions. Suddenly, you can't leave a job you hate because the mortgage depends on your salary. You can't take time off to learn a valuable skill because every month already belongs to someone else. You can't build the business you've always imagined because failure would threaten the lifestyle you've spent years creating. The doors are still standing in front of you. You simply no longer have enough keys to open them. This is why truly wealthy people pay close attention to every long-term commitment. They understand that every recurring expense should create more freedom, not less. If a decision increases your income but permanently reduces your future choices, it may not be making you wealthier at all. It may simply be making your dependence more expensive. That's why many financially successful people deliberately live below their means. They're not protecting their money. They're protecting their keys. Perhaps that's the hidden difference between looking wealthy and actually being wealthy. One person collects impressive possessions. The other quietly collects possibilities. From the outside, both lives may appear equally successful. But when life suddenly changes, one still has doors waiting to be opened, while the other realizes they traded away their keys long before they ever needed them. If losing keys quietly destroys your freedom, then building wealth is really about collecting new ones. This is where the mindset of wealthy people begins to separate from everyone else. Most people expect every financial decision to produce an immediate reward. Wealthy people ask a different question. Will this decision give me more choices 5 years from now? That single question changes how they save, invest, spend, and even choose their careers. Imagine a master locksmith who spends years creating keys instead of searching for locked doors. Every new skill he learns allows him to craft another key. Every meaningful relationship creates another opportunity. Every investment becomes another tool that may unlock a future he cannot even see yet. While everyone else waits for the perfect opportunity to appear, the locksmith quietly prepares himself to open whichever door life eventually places in front of him. That's exactly how wealthy people think. They don't spend their lives trying to predict the future. They prepare themselves for many possible futures instead. This is why skills are far more valuable than they first appear. Learning how to negotiate is another key. Understanding business is another key. Building valuable relationships is another key. Saving money is another key because it buys time. Owning assets is another key because they continue creating opportunities even when you're not working. Every decision that increases your ability to adapt quietly expands the number of futures available to you. Perhaps that's why wealthy people often remain calm when uncertainty arrives. Markets fall. Industries change. Careers disappear. Yet they rarely depend on a single outcome because they already possess multiple keys. If one door closes, another can still be opened. But people who rely entirely on one paycheck experience uncertainty very differently. They're not just afraid of losing income. They're afraid of losing their only remaining key. The beautiful truth is that collecting more keys doesn't always require earning more money. Sometimes it begins by reducing unnecessary expenses, learning one valuable skill, building one additional income stream, or investing consistently over time. None of these actions look extraordinary on their own. Yet together they quietly transform your future. Because real wealth has never been about predicting which door life will ask you to open next. Real wealth is knowing that whatever happens, you already have another key waiting in your pocket. If collecting more keys creates more freedom, then another question naturally follows. Why don't more people do it? The answer has very little to do with intelligence, education, or luck. The real reason is far more uncomfortable. Human beings are naturally drawn toward certainty, even when that certainty quietly limits their future. Our brains reward what feels familiar long before they reward what creates freedom. Imagine a traveler walking through the same hallway every single day. Hundreds of doors surround him, yet he reaches for the exact same one every morning without even looking at the others. Over time, The routine becomes so familiar that he forgets the other doors were ever there. They haven't disappeared. They've simply become invisible. This is exactly what happens in financial life. The longer we repeat the same habits, the more permanent they begin to feel. We stop asking whether a different future is possible because our current routine feels safe enough. This is why comfort is so powerful. It doesn't lock the doors. It convinces you to stop collecting new keys. Every evening spent avoiding a new skill. Every year spent delaying investments. Every opportunity ignored because the timing didn't feel perfect. None of these decisions seem dangerous on their own. Yet together they slowly convince you that the life you're living is the only one available. Without realizing it, certainty quietly replaces possibility. Wealthy people train themselves to think differently. They understand that every uncomfortable decision has the potential to become another key. Learning something difficult. Starting before feeling ready. Investing while others hesitate. Building a second income before it's necessary. From the outside, these decisions often look risky. In reality, they reduce future risk because every new key creates another option when life inevitably changes. Perhaps that's the greatest misunderstanding about financial freedom. Most people believe freedom arrives after they become wealthy. In reality, freedom begins the moment you consistently choose future opportunities over present comfort. Every key you collect today becomes a decision you won't be forced to make tomorrow. And over time, those small decisions quietly create a life where fear no longer controls your biggest choices. Because the people who enjoy the greatest freedom didn't discover a secret that everyone else missed. They simply refused to stop collecting keys while everyone else became comfortable carrying only one. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that nothing is forcing your next decision. You don't stay in your career because you're afraid of losing your income. You don't remain in an unhealthy situation because you can't afford to leave. You don't reject opportunities because your bills have already decided your future. For the first time, every important decision belongs to you. That is what real wealth feels like. Not luxury, not status, not possessions. Simply the quiet confidence of knowing your life is guided by choice instead of necessity. This is the future wealthy people begin building long before anyone notices the results. They understand that every key collected today protects a decision they may need to make years from now. Savings protect time. Skills protect opportunity. Investments protect independence. Businesses create flexibility. Strong relationships open unexpected doors. Every asset they build quietly increases the number of futures still available to them. The outside world often sees only the money. It rarely notices the invisible collection of choices that money has created. That's why financial freedom isn't a destination waiting somewhere in the future. It's something that grows gradually with every decision that increases your options instead of reducing them. Every unnecessary expense avoided. Every valuable skill learned. Every asset acquired. Every risk prepared for before it arrives. None of these moments feel extraordinary while they're happening. Yet, together, they quietly transform a life built on dependence into a life built on choice. Perhaps this is why truly wealthy people remain calm when life changes unexpectedly.
Recessions come.
Industries evolve. Jobs disappear. Markets rise and fall. While uncertainty closes one door, they already possess enough keys to open another. They don't control the future any more than anyone else. Perhaps we've been asking the wrong question all along. For years, people have asked, how much money do I need to become wealthy? It's a reasonable question, but it isn't the one that changes a life. A better question is, how many choices will my money give me tomorrow? Because every financial decision is also a decision about your future. Every dollar you spend, every asset you build, every skill you learn, and every commitment you accept quietly determines how many doors will still be open when life inevitably changes. None of us knows what the future will demand. Careers change. Economies change. Opportunities appear without warning, and sometimes disappear just as quickly. The people who thrive aren't the ones who predict every change correctly. They're the ones who prepared enough keys to keep opening new doors, no matter what the future looked like. That has always been the hidden advantage of real wealth. Not certainty, but adaptability. Imagine reaching the final chapter of your life and looking back at every financial decision you ever made. The question that matters won't be, how much money did I earn? It won't be, how expensive was my house? Or, how luxurious was my lifestyle? The question that will quietly echo through every memory is much simpler. Did my money give me more choices, or did it quietly take them away? Because that's the difference between appearing wealthy and becoming truly free. Money was never the destination. Freedom was. Not the freedom to stop working, but the freedom to choose work that deserves your time. Not the freedom to buy more things, but the freedom to create more opportunities, more peace of mind, more time with the people you love, and more control over your own future. So the next time you make a financial decision, pause for just a moment. Before asking, can I afford this? Ask a better question. Will this give me another key, or quietly take one away? Because every key you collect today becomes another choice tomorrow. And in the end, your life won't be defined by the amount of money you earned. It will be defined by the number of choices you never had to surrender.